Hi everybody, Jake here. Welcome to the video, welcome to the series. If you're new, we're back with another episode of Lille Legends today, and it is a pretty vital match in our season in terms of how everything's going to go, whether we're going to be title contenders or whether we're just going to be falling behind the pack, behind PSG, as usual with our Lille team here in our second season. Now we've got a few things to go through, from transfers to current form and a very harsh Champions League draw as well. We'll go into all of that stuff in a second, but firstly I'd just like to ask you guys, if you haven't already, then smash that like button. If you could get us to 40 likes again, as we have continually been getting on this series so far, then that would be awesome. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. If you're new, I've been on a break for a few days, so the schedule's been off, and it always has been off really so far this year with all my exams and stuff. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on an upload, then hitting that notification bell will probably be the best thing to do, because currently there is no set schedule or anything like that. It's just every 5 or so days I do make a video. And finally, if you haven't, then comment down below. Liking and commenting really helps in pushing these videos out to more people and help with the performance of the video on YouTube. So drop a comment if you just want to chat. I'm always here to talk to you guys and I really enjoy doing it. If you've got nothing to say and you still want to help the video out, then feel free to drop, we usually do a player name, so feel free to drop Angel in the comments down below so that I know that you guys have heard that, and that will hopefully help the videos continue to do amazing. You guys have been smashing it recently, so thank you so much for that. And with that being said, let's get straight into today's video. Okay guys, so we are 21 days into the transfer window here in France. There's plenty of time left and we've got plenty of money in the budget to bring in some more players, which I'm definitely going to try to do. Whether they'll go over the line, I don't know, but there has been some business that's already been done, and I won't show any future business. We can save that for another episode where I imagine the big transfers will come in. We've basically just stocked up our youth academy. Our youth intake this year isn't looking as good. We haven't got the players through yet, but the early reports said that it wasn't that great. So I've bought a few young players that are on our scout reports for very cheap, but will hopefully just buff up the academy a little bit and give us some extra talent, hopefully in the future, to either sell on and make some money, or maybe even crack the first team, although I very much doubt it. Firstly, we've got Kim Christensen from Copenhagen. I'll just quickly zoom through these guys because they're not very important, and if we ever see them, I don't know if we will. The aim of this save is of course to win the Champions League as quickly as possible, so there's a good chance that these players will never really make it to the calibre that we need in the amount of time that we need to try and win the Champions League. Deals mostly are financial deals, and who knows, if the series goes on for 5 or 6 seasons and we still haven't won it, these guys might be starting to crack the first team. The only real senior player we've brought in is Ethan Ampadu, who was available on loan from Chelsea. A versatile young player, good at playing the ball out from the back with plenty of potential, the kind of player we'd look at potentially buying, but he wasn't really available to purchase right now, so we've loaned him in and he's just there as cover really. Whether we'll use him too much, I don't know. But we have sold 2 players. Jonathan Bamba left the club for £15 million. He was okay. He was probably worth a bit more, but you know, we're not a Premier League club. We don't have the pulling power. We were very happy to get rid of him. His contract was running down. He hadn't done all that much this season, and even last season he wasn't awesome too. So I figured £15 million for him wasn't a bad deal. He's headed off to Southampton. And we did make another sale. We've got plenty of interest in some of our star players, with Aaron Martin wanted by Man United and Barcelona, Renato Sanchez wanted by Chelsea and Benfica. We blocked a move for Sven Botman too, just because I wanted some depth, but in case he does go, we have got Ampadu there. So we're potentially thinking about that if we can find an ideal replacement, because of course Jose Font is getting old. Antonio Valencia won't last past this season. He's pretty much done and is looking to retire. But we have also sold on Thiago Maia, who won't leave just yet. He will leave in the middle of March, I believe. Yeah, start of March. He's moving back to Brazil for £9 million now. We could probably have got a bit more out of this guy, but he's another one where his contract was up very, very soon and he wanted to be an important player. He wouldn't accept a backup role to Aaron Martin. He wasn't going to get first team football. He was very sparsely used this season, and £9 million right now can really help us out. We now have £25 million in the bank. I'm looking at potentially filling in some of these squad depth positions where we're lacking a right back to back up Selic, or at least be better than him, because Valencia, like I say, is getting on. We've got plenty of youth prospects in the left back position, so I'm not too bothered if we don't have a backup to Aaron Martin just yet. We've got some players who can fit out there, like Botman, if needed, and then we are looking, like I say, for a potential like star centre back to build the defence around, alongside probably Ahmed Hodzic, who has been the most consistent centre-back we've had so far, but of course Font is getting very old. Benkovic is okay, but not what we really want. Cooper Myers is a midfielder for us. Ampadu isn't here to stay. Botman looks like he might be moving and is already 22 years old without looking like he's going to be an absolute world beater. So maybe these are just squad depth players and we do really need another quality centre-back. So that is something we are potentially looking at this winter. There is some work to be done, and hopefully with the money that we've got, we can bring someone in before the end of a transfer window. Now, we have been doing very, very well, guys. Let's just show you the league first before we go into the individual matches. You can see that we're still sitting top of the table, 20 games into the season, and we are unbeaten. Now, we've been doing very good, but despite that, PSG are still hot on our tails, only 1 point behind us, won all the same matches that we've won, just lost one where we drew it, and that is the biggest difference. The only loss PSG have picked up was against us, so credit on our behalf, but that just goes to show that it's going to be very hard if we do drop any points this season to beat PSG. They've got such a strong squad, and I only realised recently that they've actually upgraded their team and they've brought in Harry Kane alongside Ricardo Pereira. They've got a very good squad here, PSG, and they're still building. They're not really going to stop, so we have got a challenge on our hands to try and beat them in the grand scope of this whole series. If we can get ahead of them early, we can build our team up so that we can challenge them consistently and hopefully become the dominant team in France, although it's a long way off just yet. Schedule-wise, guys, you last saw us against Napoli in the Champions League, where we found out that we were basically going to qualify but not in the top spot. That is eventually what happened, although PSV were the team that went up in the first position. Napoli lost on the last game of the group, which meant that Napoli crashed out. Celtic never even picked up a point in our group, and we managed to get into the knockout stages of the Champions League, which is huge. We're not expecting to go too far, and the money that we bring in from this competition is largely building the club up, both financially in terms of just keeping some money in the bank potentially for transfer budget, but also improving our facilities and stuff like that, so we can hopefully challenge more consistently in the Champions League and maybe even make a final or two in the coming years. Although I don't think it's going to be this year that we do anything, because we got drew against holders Liverpool, who are the best team in the competition. We lost to them in the Euro Cup 5-3, where even though we scored 3 goals, they dominated against us. Maybe we stand a chance, but I don't think we do. I think across 2 legs, Liverpool will have our number. Likely chances we crash out, but round of 16 is not bad at all. Making it to the knockout stages is huge for us, and Liverpool is as good of a test as we're going to get in this series so far. That'll be the next episode of the series around March time, the second leg here, where hopefully we've made some transfer business and we are continuing our good form in Ligue, although I very much doubt it, because the way Football Manager is, it seems that around this January-February period, I always seem to hit a dip in terms of my players' form. Can't really get around it. I don't know why it happens, but it is happening. But in terms of our general form, it's just basically been wins across all the competitions, all the cups, beating Celtic just to go through into the next round. We've got some players performing across the pitch. Everyone's doing really well. Armada in particular, our attacking midfielder, who was seen as a bit part player last season, has been brilliant. Arezo, a bit off form recently, but still not doing too bad, and we drew against Rennes in the league. That's pretty much all we need to know, and I think we can get straight in to the match today. The team we're using for today's match is this. Lavakovic is in goal, Selic at right back, Admir Kozic and Benkovic as the centre backs, with Aaron Martin as the left back. This is our ideal defensive line, so I'm very happy with that. Our midfield 2 is Sanchez and Coopermeyers, our ideal central midfield pairing 2, although Sanchez is kind of injured, but they said he was fit, so we're going to use him. It's a big match for us today. If I didn't mention, we're playing Monaco, who are sitting in 6th place and are not a team to be taken lightly. They're a very good side. Most people know that. Monaco are one of the better teams in France. In this season, they're not doing too great, but we've got to keep our guard up. We can't lose in games like this, and we've gone for a forward line of Akone, Almada, David and Arezo. Hopefully we'll see some great performances today. Aaron Martin is in top form. Let's get into the match, guys, and hopefully get a win to keep our good run going this season, so we can hopefully keep it up and challenge for this league title. And we are off here in the game, guys. David already picking up an injury apparently, but we're going to keep going. Hopefully he can play through it. The game is saying that he should do. I'm just going to take this. Actually, we'll have the corner first. It's Aaron Martin into Benkovic. Martin with another assist. Benkovic with his 6th goal of the season from centre back. He's doing the numbers that Jose Font did last season. We thought that would be very hard to replace, but we did identify Benkovic. Even though he's not great at all areas, he was very tall, a good header of the ball, and he's proven that to us today, scoring after only 12 minutes in the game, and that is a great start for us. I was just about to say a massive thank you for all the support on the series. Like, a series that isn't regular like mine, I don't think it should ever do this well, but you guys, every time I put out a video, are smashing it. It really means a lot when I do see a video doing well, because it just makes me want to make more, and I'm just enjoying it. I'd enjoy it if I'm making it to 10 people, but the fact that we're making it to a big group of you guys who are all showing support in the likes, in the comments, putting your youth players in the game, all that kind of stuff, and even getting involved in the Discord, which is linked down below if you want to check it out, where we just communicate about everything. And yeah, it's just really lovely to have you guys all chatting to me and just supporting the series so much. It really does fuel my passion for making videos. There's a good argument that I shouldn't be making videos at the minute because of the amount of like deadlines I've got and stuff, but we've got some videos to put out, we've got some league titles to win, and this is not a good way for us to be playing. We are 1-1 now with Monaco. Monaco scored a good goal. Under came from the inside, passed it to Sidibe, the right back, who was in too much space. A good finish from him after plenty of build-up from Monaco, and it looks like it's game on here. It's going to be a tough match. We don't keep many clean sheets really this season, so just a few goals maybe. Maybe it's going to be a 3-2, a 4-1. Who knows what's going to happen? But Akone, there's a signature thing of taking it past the defender and placing a weak shot into the goalkeeper's arms. His shots are always so poor. He's definitely going to make me eat my words now and score a long shot into the top corner, I hope. But somehow the Monaco goalkeeper has just got a yellow card about halfway up the pitch, and it is Akone, and he almost does drive it into the back and then there. That would have made me eat my words for sure. But I am very happy with the pressure that we are applying here after going a goal down. It's Aaron Martin into the box again. Akone can't get his hands on it. Head on it? Hands on it? Definitely don't get your hands on it, Akone. But Ben Yedder has been set free by Gelson Martins. It's a good bot by number 4 there at the back. Is that Ahmed Hozic or Benkovic? I don't really know. But either way, we have stopped their chance and it is still 1-1. A very tough game for us so far. A close, even one at that. Although XG-wise, we are doing much better. So hopefully Monaco don't get another goal against the run of play. Here is Gelson Martins. Long shot into Livakovic's hands. He's not going to let that in. He is a competent goalkeeper most of the time, Livakovic. So it's a good job that he did save that one. And we do have a chance now to build from the back and hopefully make it 2-1 before half time. It's David on the left wing. A really poor season from him so far, to be honest. He did lose his place to Angel Gomez for a little bit. Then Gomez got injured, so David came out of the team. And he did play a nice assist there for Arezzo, but it will be offside. But David, we are expecting more from a 20-goal player last season. This season, he's nowhere near that. He's on like 3 or 4, maybe even 5. I don't really know. But to be honest, we are playing him on the left wing. Of course, he's not going to get so many goals, but he is very ineffective. Maybe he's just going to be a backup striker in the long run to Arezzo. I don't know. Don't really think this left wing position is suited to him. So we will see what happens going forward in that position. But we do have another chance before half-time. It is Almada, who's been key in some of our best performances recently. It's a good pass from him to Akone, who smashes it off a crossbar. Oh my god, my words are not coming out properly today. It's been a while since I've recorded, and you can really tell. Here is Eric. Eric, what a great name that is. Cooper Myers brings him down apparently fairly. Very happy with that because that was almost definitely a penalty. So I'm glad that we didn't get given one against us there. Half time, 1-1. Can we get a winning goal in the second half? I'd like to think that we can. We are playing pretty well, although I'm going to say that I'm not happy just to fire the players up. They know how good they need to be if they want to beat PSG this season, and this is not it. Can we get another goal from a set piece? So we came close with Ahmed Hozic from another Aaron Martin delivery, although Lecomte on the yellow card for Monaco has claimed the ball, and this could be a Monaco chance now with Ben Yedder flying forward. He is very good, very tricky, a very hard player to deal with and often wins a penalty. And he almost did there, but it was a good tackle from Ahmed Hozic. And now here is David trying to break away. Sidibe tackles him, but David wins it back. He gets tackled by Sidibe again. Awful play from David, really, just running at his man. But here is David to make me eat my words. That is what I like to see. 7th goal of the season. There you go, that's how many he scored. Cooper Myers with a brilliant ball, cut through the defence, sliced through them, and David finished pretty well, although I do not know where the Monaco keeper was there. He opened up the space completely. Almada again, good play from him, but what a first time pass from Cooper Myers that was to set up David and put us 2-1 ahead straight at the start of the second half. That is what we like to see. A lot of you guys in the Discord would be mad at me if we didn't point out the Danny Drinkwater poster that we've got on the wall that will hopefully give us all the luck that we need to score here. There's a whole like Danny Drinkwater lore going on in the comments. It's absolutely brilliant and I love it. It's probably about time to make some subs now, actually 65 minutes in, but just to let you guys know, the youth intake players are all developing quite well. If you didn't know, missed the last episode, we had a really good youth intake come through and I put a thing up where I basically said, if you comment your name down below, we'll put you in a hat and we draw it out and your name could potentially be on a youth intake player. We've still got some people to get through on the second youth intake, but the first youth intake was a golden generation. We've got some great players in there who will hopefully see crack in the first team in the near future. We've got a few good young players coming through at the minute, so hopefully we can get a few more. Now let's bring on Yatshi for Sanchez, who is very tired. David, not had a good game either, comes off for Timothy Weah. And you know what, just because he's slightly injured, I don't want him to pick up any more injuries. We're going to bring off Ikone and bring on a youngster in Lahaji, who has been pretty decent when he's came on this season. This just goes to show you don't need to be amazing to fit in our squad at the minute, so some of them youth players will have a chance to crack the first team, I'm sure of it, particularly in the areas where we're lacking players like right back and left back, left wing for example. We do need some more talent, so if someone like this can come through youth academy, which we do have a few players like that, in a few years they could be ready for the first team. Okay, the subs are on now, 25 minutes to go. The board have been backing us a lot in terms of facilities, training facilities, youth recruitment. They've improved it all for us. They do believe that we are building something here, and a win here will go a long way towards what we're trying to do this season. I thought we were going to concede a very strange free kick there, but Livakovic manages to deal with it. I'll have a long section of games to play up until March now to get to the Liverpool match in the Champions League, so hopefully we can bring in some players, and the dynamics of the whole club could have shifted by then. We could be fourth in the league, you don't know, but I hope that we will still be first or second in the league, at least close to PSG, and the Champions League will hopefully go quite well. Here is Arezo in behind to finish the game off, but he is offside yet again. He does that quite a lot because of the way that he does play, although I don't mind because he is a great finisher. He scores all of our goals. He's not been as prolific as I would have liked him to be, but he is still, when he gets the chance, we do play a solo player up front. He doesn't get the most chances, particularly when we have inside forwards and things like that. So when he does get a chance, he usually does finish it off. He just doesn't get many. Weah driving forward there, he's so good at that for us, and his long shot is straight into the arms of Lecomte. 8 minutes to go on the clock. XG wise, we've dominated. It would be a real shame if we didn't win this match, but it looks like we should see it out. Only 2 minutes to go now, 1 minute left, and this is a very good win in terms of what we're trying to do this season. A bonus now would be if PSG did lose or draw, although they never seem to, so I can't imagine they would have done. Although this is very nice to see. We've put some pressure on PSG here. We're miles behind in goal difference still, but the fact that we can actually look at us and say, yeah, we've got a 4-point gap on PSG, game in hand or not, it doesn't really matter to me right now. We are 4 points clear of PSG. We're over halfway through the season as well, so that is a very good sign. And like I say, your next year's in the Champions League second leg against Liverpool. It's a long shot that we will do anything in that game, but overall I'm absolutely buzzing with how we're doing so far, and the fact that we've got some money to spend now for once this season, for once this series should I say, and to bring some players in could really benefit this team in terms of what we're trying to build, where it's not just an 11 that's very good. We want like 2 or 3 11s of players who can all come in and win his matches, because that's how we're going to win a Champions League in the long run, and that's how we're going to make this series successful. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you did enjoy today's video. Sorry for the delay between uploads. Like I say, I was on a bit of a break. First time coming back to recording, so if I seem a little like off or tired, that's probably why. Just getting back into the swing of it. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.